Hey, I'm Dr. Jeremy Brook, and today I wanted to share a video with you about how to figure out your range. I think it's a very important concept in how you move, how you breathe, how you eat, how you stretch, and how you connect to others. So when you figure out what your range is, specifically with movement, you're able to sense how far you can go before the tension kicks in. So I'm going to ask you to listen to your body, listen to those innately intelligent signals that your body offers you. Because when you listen to those signals, you're getting feedback, and then you could make any necessary adjustments. So here's kind of like what I'm talking about. If you're shooting a basketball and you're shooting from half court, that's probably not going to be your best range. If you're right underneath the basket and you're shooting 2 feet away, that's probably a really good range. Maybe move back to the free throw line, take some shots there, and you're probably going to be in some solid range. You move back into the three-point range, you may not be as effective as you would be if you're underneath the basket. So know your range. Same thing is going to go if you're a boxer, and you got to know what's your range in terms of like your jab or your punch, or how about a kick. Look, if I'm in a match, a fight with, let's say, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he has like a range of like 7'2" in terms of like how I'm going to strike his face, I'm probably not going to be making many giant strikes to the head. I'm probably going to be, my range is going to be closer to the ground. Like I'm going to be owning his knee. Kareem's knees are going to be all, busted up. So how about if you're an archer? How far can you, we're back in medieval times, how far could you shoot your arrow to where you hit the target? So you got to get your crew, you got to get your troops, you got to get your army, your close to the target. So get close to the target. You got to know your target. You got to know how much you can handle. Same thing goes with weightlifting. There's times where you're going to want to go into the gym and like maybe push some weight around. You're not going to go straight into a bench press and lift 300 pounds or press 300 pounds off of your chest. It's going to be outside your range and you're going to get hurt. And that's also with stress. You got to know what you can handle. Know what you can tackle before the stress becomes too great to where it buckles. So I'm asking you to pause, to check in, to scan, to feel, so that you can sense the tension and make an appropriate response. It comes down to adaptability. Now I'm also saying I want you to test your range. So if you're used to shooting those shooting the basketball toward the basket at just the free throw line, every once in a while take a couple steps back and see what you have. Just an example, my dad did a cross-country trip from Los Angeles to New York on a bicycle. It took him, I think, 9 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, maybe even 10 weeks. It went very quick. But he was averaging sometimes about 100 miles a day on his bike. And you know what? He was within his range. He was able to do that, believe it or not, every single day, 100 miles a day. If he went 150 miles a day, he'd be blown out. He would have crashed and burned on a physical and energetic level. And then I also like to think about what my sister did, giving birth at home to her with the first little beautiful girl, home birth, no drugs, all natural, just the breath, and her husband and her crew and her team. So you got to know your range. The human spirit is vast. I'm not telling you to not be a dreamer. I'm not telling you to be necessarily unrealistic. Some of you out there watching this video, if I said, hey, go on a cross-country bike trip across the United States, you'd be like, forget about it, that's impossible. So what's possible and what's impossible, that's a whole other question. Can you actually give birth without drugs to a human being? For some people, that's mind-blowing. They'd rather have some epidurals, they'd rather have a cesarean, and be out cold. I'm not looking negatively thinking negatively about that type of situation if that's your personal attitude. What I'm talking about is scanning your body, knowing what your limitations are. With regards to movement, how you move in a specific direction. Look, we take care of a lot of yogis. As you're going into a pose, feel the tension creeping up as you're going into the pose, and then don't push it so you can sense it. Your body, by the way, your nervous system is going to detect that tension, and if that tension is so strong, it's going to put a lock on you on purpose. So sometimes those super spasms that we have, it's the body's way of saying, yo, you pushed it too far, and we have to control the intensity that you're moving at. Same thing also goes with food. If you eat slowly, like one bite at a time, I actually like to take a bite of my food and I'll put my fork and knife down and I'll chew it. And then sometimes you don't even finish the food because you're able to sense the tension building in your stomach, right? Some people just eat so fast and the next thing you know, they're sitting at the dinner table about to pass out. So another thing has to do with your breath. First of all, most people don't even take a single breath a day. Some people actually breathe too aggressively and violently. So there's a trade-off. You got to find your range. So you have to be present. You have to listen to the signals that your body is providing you. The body doesn't lie. The body doesn't joke. It doesn't just give you a signal just for fun. So set it up, check it out, listen. At the end of the day, it's all about longevity. At the end of the day, it's all about sustainability. So do things that are going to have you in a healthy, stress/strain-free body for as long as possible. Because let me just tell you, when you're stressed out and then you enter into the distress, that's terrible. Hey, thanks for watching and have a great day. Peace.